Welcome! Today we're going to deconstruct a game that, well, deconstructs chess itself. This is a meta-variant so profound, it really makes you rethink what it even means to be smart. Let's dive right in.
So, let's start with a really big question. For centuries, right, we've seen chess as the ultimate test of strategic genius. But think about it. Is a grandmaster a brilliant innovator, or are they more like a brilliant historian, someone who can recall thousands and thousands of memorized patterns?
And this gets to the heart of a core concept in cognitive psychology. On one side, you've got what's called crystallized intelligence. That's your library of facts, your learned patterns. On the other side, there's fluid intelligence. That's your ability to think on your feet, to solve a problem you've literally never seen before. Classic chess, it leans heavily on the first one. But what about the second?
To really get the revolution here, we first have to understand the old world. You see, classic chess, for all its beautiful complexity, operates inside this very well-defined box. It's a world built on centuries of theory, basically a closed system of knowledge.
I mean, how do you get good at chess? You memorize. The path to mastery has always been about memorizing this gigantic library of information. We're talking thousands of openings, classic mid-game setups, and solved endgames. Your performance is often just a measure of who has the bigger, better indexed mental library.
All of that theory, it acts as a kind of safety net, It guides players through familiar situations. But what happens if you take that net away? What if every single move creates a problem that no one has ever written a book about?
And that is exactly the point of chess-revers. It's a meta-variant that was literally designed to shatter that classic paradigm. This isn't just a new set of rules, it's a total deconstruction of the game's very foundations.
And this didn't just pop up overnight, it's been developed over 2 decades by Philippe LANGUILLAT, evolving from one simple new rule into this incredibly complex cognitive playground, systematically adding layers of chaos to force pure adaptation.
So how in the world does it work?
Well, chess-revers introduces these really fundamental mechanics that basically force players out of their comfort zone and into a state of pure creation. Okay, first up is the core mechanic, the flip. The pieces are two-sided, one side white, the other black. If you attack an undefended piece, you can flip it, and just like that, your opponent's knight is now your knight, standing in the exact same spot. This completely destabilizes the board and a very idea of what an army is. But here's where it gets really mind-bending. This rule turns a constraint into a weapon. See, in some versions, the flip is mandatory. This creates a whole new strategy called the lure of the sacrifice. You can intentionally offer a piece to force your opponent to flip it, which dictates their move and lets you set up a trap. It's a tactic that just doesn't exist in regular chess.
The second big mechanic is the reserve. When you capture a piece, it doesn't leave the game. It goes into your pocket, so to speak. Then, on a later turn, you can place that piece back on any empty square. This means nothing is ever truly gone, and the battlefield is constantly changing, with reinforcements appearing out of nowhere.
So you can see how these rules completely upend the kind of thinking you need to win. All that established theory becomes useless. Everything you learned, opening theory, controlling the center, king's safety, even the value of the pieces, it all gets thrown right out the window.
This table just nails the difference. Classic chess is built on historical knowledge, testing your crystallized intelligence. The goal is to masterfully reproduce known patterns. Chess-revers is the total opposite. It demands instantaneous creation, testing your fluid intelligence in this wide-open, dynamic system. The goal isn't to reproduce, it's to innovate on the spot.
So what this means is that players have to rely on a whole new set of skills. You need creativity to find solutions no one's thought of. You need cognitive flexibility to change your plans in an instant. And this is a big one, you have to actively fight your classic chess instincts, because a good move in the old game might be a total disaster here.
But it doesn't stop there. Oh no. Chess-revers is actually a modular system. Think of it like a cognitive gym, designed to push your fluid intelligence to its absolute breaking point.
Players can actually move through 4 different universes. You start in the element universe, where both players use the same new rules. Then it gets wilder. In the equity universe, players can use different rules against each other. The ultimate universe is a colorblind mode, masking the pieces to push your memory. And then there's Nexus.
The final frontier here is the Nexus universe, where the entire rulebook can change every 6 moves. Just imagine starting a game with the reserve, and then bam, 6 moves later, you're playing with the flip. And the ultimate version, Nexus Ether, is played entirely in your mind. No board, no pieces, just pure thought inside an ever-changing system. And to play at that level, to succeed at Nexus Ether, we're talking about a level of fluid intelligence and working memory that is just off the charts. It's estimated to require an IQ in the range of 210 or higher. This is a test of pure adaptive intelligence at the very edge of what humans are capable of.
By systematically ripping away that safety net of theory, chess-revers turns the board into a true cognitive laboratory. It doesn't test what you know, it tests how you think. And it leaves us with a final, really provocative thought. In a world that's constantly changing, what is true intelligence? Is it mastering the old rules, or is it the ability to create new ones?